Well, not for nothing. The bed is an important part of the whole apartment process. You know what I mean?
It is. I have a really nice air mattress, but I didn't sleep on it last night because the couch came. I was like, that's a bit firmer than the air mattress I'm working with.
Chick, are you in the
So
middle of a tornado right now?
No, my mic keeps tipping. I'm gonna lock it in here. There we go.
Well, we figured it out soon because we're rolling right now. Old producer
fuck,
trick
I
there.
didn't know that.
I'm gonna start doing that more often. We're just gonna go right into it, and it's gonna be gold.
I don't know. It's not really cooperating.
Franchi just like blew up his leg.
What's that?
I think Franchi just like blew up his leg.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, he played the ball quite terribly,
Well,
and it doesn't look like he landed on it all that well.
That's not good because he was starting to contribute ? A bit. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, it's not ideal. I mean, he looks better than he did at Impact.
That's tough, man. Not to make light of him getting hurt, but
I hope he's all right.
Corey's still true.
I think
3-2
he's
now.
okay. I think it was like the spikes got caught in that dumb padding that they have in Tampa.
Is he like walking off? I'm trying to pull up. I'm just trying to.
Walking off.
I'm trying to pull up the stream.
They got the gurney out.
No. He's just like Cora has him on one side, the trainer's got him on the other, and he's kind of just like limping off. So that doesn't look good.
I will make this a blooper part of it now because now we're trying to figure out what's going on with her. Oh yeah, no, not good. Yep. Yeah, heavy limp there. Cora's out to get him.
I wonder who's gonna go out there. Well, you can't be Fam because then you lose the DH, right?
I'm guessing Arroyo or JD or JD.
Ref.
Is JD
Ref Snyder.
or Ref?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the spike. Yeah, big time into the wall there. You could see those spikes really got into the padding. Kike coming over to say what's up to him. They're gonna call Bobby back up after this, and he's like, look who comes crawling back.
He'll be back tomorrow.
Right? Frank Reynolds, It's Always Sunny. So you come
Fucking hell.
crawl. All right, here's the replay. After the replay, we'll get into the proper show.
Oh no, I hope he's okay, just so that Duran doesn't come back.
A little awkward.
I feel like we'd see Bobby again.
Is it his left foot that he messed up?
I think it's his right.
Oh yeah, is it? Yeah.
Oh, here it is. I finally.
Yeah, so you can cart it off. Poor Franchi.
Oh, that was not to make light of it, but that was a miserable attempt at a fly ball.
No, he didn't play the ball well.
What I've seen it back.
He basically
was-
jumped with his back turned to the ball.
It was his own doing. What do they say? Like his own making.
Yeah, Ref Snyder
whatever?
coming in.
Yeah, whatever.
All right,
I mean,
want to get into this pitch?
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah. I got one question for you fellas. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Jake, are we back?
I mean, as far as I can tell, Jake is back in. Just
I know
based
you're
on his
back in,
name
Liam.
alone. Just based on his name alone.
I am. I don't know if I'm back in on this season, but I'm back in on
The master plan.
I think the master plan I'm back in on. I think there's been some positive developments this last couple weeks.
Well, it's still over, parentheses, question mark, a.k.a. Jake. Liam, a.k.a. Lars Anderson, what say you?
I mean, they're undefeated since I've returned to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So, as far as I'm concerned, they're leading right now as we speak. Could be 6-0 in our future. Could be 6-0 by the time people are listening to this tomorrow. If that's not evidence enough, I don't know what is.
I think at that point you just need to call it and give the Red Sox a wild card berth right then and there.
I mean, at
Why
that
delay
point,
the inevitable?
Print the playoff tickets.
I'm saying, right? I mean, you'll be right there to You'll be right there to walk. Even though I just sniped a Ravens glass there, Liam.
Yeah, sorry.
You got to swap that out. Are you a
Maryland's
Ravens
still with
fan?
me. Not really. I'm not a huge football guy.
Not a huge football
huge casual NFL guy. I saw a meme yesterday. It was like when the one guy in your fantasy league like doesn't follow NFL news, and it was this one guy barking at his friend because he drafted like two guys back to back that were going to miss a total of like 17 games combined.
Is it the guy? Was it that TikTok of the guy being like, "You drafted"? Yeah, and then he said, "Then you just drafted another kid who just got fucking shot." Is it that?
Yes, exactly.
That was an elite video.
That would be me. Like, I have no idea what's happening in the NFL world, but I'll watch on Sundays.
God, I'm a fucking fantasy sicko, man. I've got drafts 3 and 4 coming up tomorrow night, Tuesday night, tonight when you're listening to this, or last night if you're listening to this on Wednesday, or a week ago if you're listening a week from now. Who's to say? But no, it's. I'm not right in the head. I've bitten off way too much I can chew in terms of fantasy, but I can't get enough of it, man. Had a 14-team draft on Saturday. Loving my team there. Loving it. Derrick Henry fell to the 111 to me, man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous.
What about you, Jake? Are you a big fantasy guy?
I'm a normal fantasy guy, I would say. It doesn't.
What do you got? Like one or two teams?
Little fantasy team is a treat.
Yeah, I got one, and it doesn't consume me, and I think I'm pretty normal about it, all things considered.
There are definitely like leagues I care way more about than others. You know what I mean? Like the one that I'm in for my hometown, we're entering year 16 in that, so that's the one I definitely put the most stonk in.
Fitz, how old are you?
I'm 26.
You've been doing that since you were 10 years old?
The first year we did it was the 18-1 Patriots year.
Oh my god.
There were 5 of us in that league. I had LT, I had Brady, I had Moss when they both set the records. I picked up Adrian Peterson when he was a rookie. That was a nasty team. It should have been if it was a 5 fucking team league, but it was a nasty team. We were an absolute wagon. Shout out to fantasy football, and shout out to you for tuning in to this episode of Pod on Lansdowne, our typical non-baseball related talk to start off the program for a baseball team. I'm Joel Hanrahan, a.k.a. Fitz. Glad you could join us once again. As we look at this team, this Boston Red Sox team now suddenly remembering how to play baseball, and we'll get into that. We'll get into a lot of other things, baseball-related, non-baseball-related things. We're going to have a special guest on the show, Jake, to talk some baseball-related thing.
I can confirm. They are upstairs. We'll see.
Ooh.
Okay. Now, it's a great topic that she wants to, or they want to come on to the show for. We have no idea who it might be, but
yeah,
if they want to talk about a certain specific topic regarding the Red Sox, they're more than welcome. I think it could be a good off-season topic too, but if they're chomping at the bit to get onto the show, I think we do it.
I think if they come on, I think we can hold off on that, and they can maybe just discuss one player who
recent news.
Who is no longer with us? Yeah, I think.
We will get into that. You know, let's do that. Let's bring them on to talk about a player who may not be with us. RIP.
Okay.
And then in the off season, we go into a deeper topic that they had spoken about.
I think that's great.
They may have spoken about.
Plan.
There you go.
That's a great plan.
So, the Boston Red Sox. Where do we want to start? We have a lot to get to this week, fellas. First of all, again, like and subscribe on all your podcast listening devices. You're listening on Stitcher, Apple, Spotify, whatever it is. Go ahead if you like the fantasy football sicko talk. Give it 5 stars, or give it 1 star if you're like Jake or Liam and you're actually normal people. And maybe playing one league tops. But where do we want to start this week, fellas? It's a lot of different places we could go. We could go with Liam, our new TV star. We could go with the team itself. We could go with Tristan Casas being called up. We could go with a certain individual being called down because of that. Shut up, Bobby Dahlbeck. You know what? Dealer's choice here. Let's give it to Liam. You started off here. You're new in Boston here. Where do you want to go? Choose your own adventure.
Ooh, let's see. I mean, I feel like we got to go back all the way to like as soon as we hopped off, it was another like wild Red Sox night a week ago Monday, wasn't it? Like Connor Wong got called up, or at least they announced it. So
Was
I don't
that
know,
Monday?
Maybe we just rewind, like start from the beginning of last week.
Start from the very beginning. A very good place to start. To quote The Sound of Music.
Well, okay, so I would say that. So, like I said in the intro, I think I'm back in on the master plan. I think for a while there, I felt like we were kind of floating. We didn't know what was going on. We were we were in the woods. We were starting to gnaw on our dead friends' arms. You know, we would run out of food. We were being cannibals. We were eating each other alive.
We crashed in the jungle, and it became Lord of the Flies, basically.
Yeah.
The Donner Party Red Sox.
Yeah, but I think now we're getting. We finally called the kids up who were and are already better than the old men that were here.
Bobby Dahlbeck, noted AARP recipient.
Did you know that he is older than Clint Frazier?
Did you know that Clint Frazier's name is not Clint Frazier anymore? He changed it.
Oh, what is it?
I forget what he
I didn't know
changed it
that.
to.
He changed it to Fausto Carmona.
Clint Frazier now goes by Jackson Frazier.
That sucks. That was a mistake.
Jackson's his middle name.
I mean, sorry, Jackson.
Clint Jackson Frazier.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson.
Ooh. I am for real.
Oh, but yeah. So I think I don't know. Things are looking up. I think as a whole for this organization, we finally have a real first baseman who. I mean, that's exciting on its own. He made a couple plays yesterday. I forgot first baseman could make. Quite frankly.
Yeah, well, you know,
there was a
right
pick on a
right off
line
the
drive,
bat.
and it was like, oh my god, there can be a real defensive player over there.
let's disqualify Tristan Casas from fuck with, don't fuck with, and just give him the Franchi Cordero. Also, prayers up, Franchi Cordero.
R.I.P.
Hope you're okay, right? Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he just gets him of the week. I mean, what a debut for him to start things up, as he's actually up right now, top of the sixth. The Tampa Sox are up 3-2.
For that
yeah,
second hit.
The
of his career.
for-
Mass General Franchi Cordero.
Yeah, presented by Lockheed Martin. No, I mean, some of the plays he was making there athletically, Jake, you're right. It was astonishing. Even for, not even just as for a first baseman, just in general, he had some athleticism. On the EEI broadcast, they were saying, I think it was Will Fleming brought it up, that Casas was talking about his workout regimen, how he likes to kind of train almost like he's an NFL player. I mean, he's big enough for that kind of a regimen, but he's like, what,
He's a brick shit house.
He is the brick shit house after all, right?
When he's sunning his holes.
Yep. Getting that all bleached and what have you. Yep.
I missed that. I missed seeing.
You missed him
weird
sunning his
guys
holes?
on the team. No.
In public, shirt
Just
off.
guys like laying out in the outfield grass, shirtless. Like Ottavino did that.
It's a vibe, right?
Rounding thing last year.
It's called
It is.
Well,
It's good for the
Ottavino.
vibes.
Was much more hippie. Like it was about like
Yeah,
earthing,
like he, like, felt
was
the
earthing
grass,
himself.
yeah.
Casas yesterday said
He
to
was just,
somebody
like,
interviewed him,
sunbathing.
like after the war. Yeah, he just said he likes doing it. Like it feels good.
It's
like,
a
there was
vibe, right? Guys
there was
being
no like
dudes.
deeper meaning to it for him. He just
Did you guys see the one like Sean McAdams tweet about it, where he was like, one player came out of the dugout and goes, "Are you expletive me?"
Yeah. Liam decided to censor herself on the podcast, first of all, here.
Well,
this
no,
is a children's
because
family show.
Sean McAdams
Yeah.
had to censor his tweet, so I was like, I don't
Yeah,
know, is he
true,
shitting
true.
him? Is he fucking him? I have no
True.
idea.
I would say fucking.
Use your imagination.
I would say fucking. I mean, fuck's always a good versatile word. I think that's.
You gotta
think
be
I'm just-
bleeping me.
these last I mean, obviously we're on a winning streak, but these last 5 days, it's just like good to have some decent vibes for the first
Right?
time this fucking year. It's been such a mess and so depressing for 5 months. What are we?
Such a drag. It's the most fun I've had watching
5
this
months.
team in a while.
Yeah.
Like
We're gonna go on a
that
run.
that Rangers series was a blast. And now with Casas up here, if he gives us a little juice on offense and defense, and the reason why he said he works out like an NFL player, by the way, it's like he says like, well, if the NFL players have more like physically grueling stuff and they can get through that, I can, train like that and kind of take it easier in baseball. It's not as physically demanding.
Oh, he struck out actually. Send him
did.
back down.
Yeah,
The
3-2
ump-
count,
the
took
ump
that.
big-legged him.
Jalen Beeks, Red Sox legend, got to him. Jalen Cheeks.
It happens.
What are you going to do? But no, the fact that he's up there too, and Wong being up is a delight to see there too, because you might as well see what you have with him behind the plate. The kids being up, Bayo having a good outing the other day.
Bayo's in my rotation. I've seen enough.
Yeah,
I think it's like I don't even care that his ERA sucks because he passes the eye test, and I hate saying that. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
he really does.
I'll take a look at the FIP there, Liam, in a second, just to pat. But like we had said this on the show before, like even like his first couple outings, like he's young, he's got to learn to reel the command in, and that's going to come with time. But Liam, you saw it like the first however many outings, the raw stuff is there, and it's going to continue to be there as long as he's healthy, of course. But I mean, he starts to reel it in a bit, and then we're cooking with gas when it comes to Brian Bayo.
We really are. I mean, I missed it by 1 week calling his first career win.
It's been 1 week since you caught the win.
No, go ahead,
I just think that this team, like going into next season, I mean, I don't know. I think so when I say this, I'm taking for
at least
granted.
the opening day roster is taking shape.
Yes, yeah, but I mean, in saying that, like Kike and Xander,
and a lot could change till then, because again, with the amount of money that's coming off the books and the amount of money that might be available to spend, but you do see some the corner infield is going to be set, parts of the rotation set, those sorts of things.
The way I'm at right now with the offense is kind of like pay your guys, maybe go grab a corner outfielder, and you don't really need to get crazy with it, honestly. Like if you just keep this roster,
they have an infield, man.
Yeah, the infield.
That's the best infield in baseball. If you re-sign Xander, right? I mean, it's not even close.
It's up there.
I can't. Especially if Xander actually wins the batting title.
The Braves, maybe. That's probably the only other one.
I mean, I'm just trying to go. Astros would be pretty good up there. I mean, Dodgers, you would have to assume. Like, depends on what happens with Turner, I guess. I mean, but no, that's
Who's
one
playing
of the
second
best
for them? Lux?
Probably
Lux or Muncy.
Muncy's been playing a lot of third. Although they have that, who's the rookie there, Liam, that they've kind of had up and down at third base? Vargas, I think his name is.
Sure.
Yeah, let's just say it's Vargas, right?
it's like what's his first name?
I think they like him.
Mar or I don't know. It's something interesting.
They always have prospects in that system. The LA is ridiculous at developing talent.
Sickening that they.
It's
the point is
fucked up that they're
Alvarez
how good they are,
and O'Neill.
They have the second best prospect pool in the league. On top of that,
yeah, it's
very
really
fucked up.
I don't know how Friedman does it.
Yeah, I mean, it's again talented scouting department that they have there. But the point is that would be a really good infield. I mean, that goes without being said. That's
you give Xander and Devers the bag this offseason. You lock that outfield in for, if you want it, you've got it for 5 years.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. You are back on paying Mr. Bogarts there, Jake. Welcome back, man.
Yeah, I think it's more like, I mean, I don't know. I just think it's sometimes the simplest answers are the right one. Like sometimes it's like, yeah, sure, just pay him the money and forget about it, because it's then you can focus on the other holes. That I mean the
yeah, you can focus on sunning the other holes there.
Yeah, like okay, here's my dream. I've been thinking about this a lot the last week since they realized that they had a lot of talent on their roster again. I'm giving Kike 2 or 3 years if he is down for that. It's a steady presence out there, and sometimes that's all you can ask for.
Steady Eddie.
And he looks like his old self since he came back too. So it's not.
Yeah, and he looks pretty good. And he's an ultimate vibe curator, and I think the guys love him, and I think the fans love him as well. And I just think that's an easy thing to do. So I'm giving him 2-3 years.
I think that's something maybe that this front office maybe needs a little bit of work on. Get the human element of all of this, because it's easy to just pull up values on spreadsheets and stuff like that. And I don't mean to sound like a baseball boomer here. Of course, baseball analytics, there's certainly a place for that. I mean, the Red Sox were one of the first organizations to, bringing in and really implement that into their organization. Obviously, after the A's, but like there is something to be said about guys who A, can contribute, be a steady Eddie, but B, also just be clubhouse glue guys. And Kike, it sounds corny, but Kike is that kind of a guy, and I think teams need that. I mean, you saw it last year. It was it just makes it so much more fun for the viewing experience too as a fan. Again, this is all corny. This is all, it's not based in, true baseball analysis, but it's true, I think.
So I agree, but with the Kike thing, it's like there's also no good outfielder. I mean, there's 2 good outfielders available, and their names are Aaron Judge.
I was going to say that Judge guy's pretty good.
And Brandon Nimmo.
Darren
Brandon Nimmo, I would like to pay money to come play right field for the Boston Red Sox. Let's go, Brandon. I think it's a perfect fit. Shores up every hole you have. Suns all your holes.
I was going to say, suns every hole.
And I think that's a perfect fit. If you run out Verdugo, Kike, Nimmo for a couple of years. That's a beautiful thing. And then you pay your guys, you pay Xander and Devers, and then you just kind of get weird and get creative with the pitching staff. Hein can do whatever he wants there because it's not like what we have now is really working. So, go buck wild over there. But I think this offseason, he's got to nail it, but I think there's honestly a reasonably easy path for him to nail it, especially on the offense. You don't have to get weird or crazy over there. We're second in runs scored in the AL.
Low key. I mean, after what it felt like for a month and a half of this team sleepwalking on offense, what it felt like, they're still in wholesale in total, they still have a ton of runs, which is crazy to think about.
On the flip side of that, we're second or 29th in runs allowed. So there lies the problem.
Very nice.
Yeah, pitching depth is obviously something you're going to have to address in the offseason because it can't be John Schreiber and Whitlock just trading back and forth, going 2 innings every night. Because that's what it feels like nowadays, right? Any close game, it's Schreiber or Whitlock or Schreiber. Like, they need a little bit more depth from there. Obviously, those 2 guys have been freaking awesome, but they need they need other guys that they can depend on, both as starters and as guys to kind of bridge the gap, get you across 9 innings.
Oh, even just another thing, as far as the offense sector, I was thinking for the whole first half of the season, the bench was a disaster. There was not a single useful anything. But next season, if you have a pretty good bench on opening day. If
Arroyo could be a great utility guy going forward.
Arroyo and Refsnyder.
Arroyo, Refsnyder, and one of unless I don't know what
I would like a lefty. I would like a lefty bat in there, just to kind of pull off to the bench sometimes. Hosmer, yeah.
Oh, God.
We ain't paying him.
No, we're not. And he's
not my money.
Yeah. Hosmer, Refsnyder, Arroyo, and then McGuire or Wong. That's a solid bench. I'm not mad at that bench at all.
Yeah, I think you might be cooking with gas there. And there's a fair amount of lefties already in that lineup there, right? I mean, you've already got Devers, presumably.
What do we have? 2?
Casas and Verdugo. That's 3.
Oh, Verdugo, yes, of course.
So not a ton. Jesus Christ, Aaron Judge. Oh my God.
Did he hit another?
No, it's just the one earlier today. He just I'm just seeing a replay of it. My God, he fucking pissed on it. Jesus God, he's gonna love playing at America's most beloved ballpark. My goodness gracious.
I'm telling you, I'm fully convincing myself for them to just throw it all at Judge.
My one problem I have with my master plan of acquiring Aaron Judge
is that you want Brandon Nimmo too.
Well, I want Brandon Nimmo, but if you go after Judge and you don't get Judge, I feel like Nimmo's probably gone before that. So then you're holding your dick in your hand last off.
No, or is it a situation where Nimmo
Judge is setting the market?
Yeah, is it a situation of Nimmo's going to wait to hold out on money?
Judge isn't. I disagree with that. It's like he's his own market. He'll have no effect on the rest of the players.
I agree to that too.
It's hard to say. Is Nimmo a lefty too? So that you would have another lefty in that lineup if you went and got Nimmo. And again, that would be great for podcast content.
It'd be great for the team. I mean, it's like the perfect fix for the team.
Defensively, he gets on base. He can
run.
Sure can.
Are we looking at a reunion with Benny?
No.
What are our thoughts?
Could you imagine?
No. I hope not.
I mean, those are the three best outfielders on the market: Judge, Nimmo, and Betty Teddy.
We could officially put the Franchi trade discourse stuff to bed. I mean,
Then we'd absolutely want it. It's just like the Brandon Workman and Hembry for Pavetta and Seabold.
I'd rather Nimmo. As much as I love Benintendi, I'd rather Nimmo. Just because Nimmo is great defensively. As good as Benintendi has been this year, I think Nimmo still being a table setter, getting on base towards the top of the order for guys like Devers, for guys if you re-sign him, Bogarts, for Story, Kike if you bring him back, however you want to set up that batting order. I think he would sit well there, batting, whether he's your leadoff guy or wherever you want to put him, right?
I
think he's a perfect. He would be a great leadoff guy, just because
we don't really have a leadoff hitter. I mean, Kike
he gets on base at such a good clip.
He wasn't particularly great at it. I mean,
Brandon Nimmo, just going on to Savant here. Also, by the way, I know this is walking way back. I said I'd look up the FIP stats regarding Brian Bayo. I know that was like 10 minutes ago, but I just want to make this known here. Liam, you said he's being dicked down by the defense. Regular ERA for Brian Bayo through 6 starts, 5.91. His FIP
brought it down a lot. It was like 7.5.
It was like over 7.
Yeah, but still considerable. FIP is 2.99.
Oh yeah,
Jesus Christ!
My goodness, that's a huge difference. So
he is like batters swing at pitches with him that I have not seen a Red Sox pitcher throw. A Red Sox starter.
He's got the juice, baby.
He does have the juice, and it's what a cool thing to have a pitcher come up through the ranks. It's
and then actually deliver.
Literally been a decade.
Are we in on Brian Mata now that he's back? Are we?
I guess
him in the,
what do you mean?
Yeah. See what happens with how he does. First couple starts back, but if he, by the time next year rolls around, if he finishes this year off well, whether he's a 5th starter, whether he's a swing guy, we could have something there. I think Bayo's probably better.
On his
but
track, on the track he's on, I would say he's like when somebody misses a start in like June, he's
spot
probably
start,
that guy.
right?
Yeah, I mean, the rotation doesn't exist next year as is.
Also true.
What is it? Need some arms.
Nick Pavetta, and then you can't count on
Cutter.
Sale at all.
And you know what? Fucking re-sign Waka, man. He's been splendid.
100%.
Yeah,
and he's only 31, which is crazy to me.
That's crazy to think about. Yeah, I would have guessed he's like 34. He's just been. He's been around a while. Like, what was his?
So Waka, Pavetta, Cutter, and Bayo.
That's kind of a little scary when you put it like that. But
Cutter, you're 5. Bayo, you're 4.
I guess.
Because the starting pitching market out there, unless you're
Justin Verlander's gonna love it.
Verlander, Kershaw, and who's the other old head on the market next year?
Technically, DeGrom could be, right?
DeGrom too, yes, yeah. Bring them all. Who cares?
Right, exactly. Right, they just built a whole ass fucking concert hall. They can bring Jacob DeGrom in.
That's true.
Brandon Nimmo, 74th percent ex-WOBA, 63rd percentile walk rate, 94th percentile outs above average on defense. Ooh, baby, that's saucy. We do like to see that.
It's a good fit.
I think he does. Yeah, bats lefty.
I gotta have it
though.
Johnson piece.
Darren
what,
Mudge.
Liam?
I said, do you know who's an even better fit though? Aaron Judge.
Oh yeah, right. Aaron Judge is. Yeah,
and you replace. Not really replacing, but like, JD's not coming back. Right.
We need a DH too. Actually, I forgot about that.
Sign Judge and Nimmo. There you go. There's your right.
Yeah, fuck it.
Judge at DH. If you wanted to extend him, if you wanted to save his, you know what I mean? He probably wants to play in the outfield and he's a good defensive outfielder. But if you wanted to preserve him, it could behoove you to do that.
Also, my thing is like
we just have to convince him, right?
We were talking about this last week, like he's injury prone. He's a huge guy, so maybe the body will break down, but he's never really missed a significant period of time.
That is not true.
Except for maybe like 2020.
I was gonna say I feel like he's missed. Like, I think he's
No,
had
19. He missed 60 games in 19.
Yeah.
And he missed 60
still
games
over-
in 18. Liam, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about like it's because we were talking about this like with Correa too. Like, oh, he's injury prone. Like Correa would scare me more than Judge does.
Correa's having a not good year. I'm not really interested in that anymore.
Not too good. Not very good.
Not very good.
But no, I'm just saying Judge.
Yeah, Correa's been fine. He's been okay, but it's like
Injuries
Yeah.
wouldn't scare me.
And
Whatever.
I tweeted this the other day, but it's like if you sign Judge too, it's a twofold thing because one, great player coming to your team. Second, Raiders, the Yankees. He is literally their only good player. And I'm not exaggerating when I say if you look at like that roster's OPS plus the last 60 days or whatever, he is. Bear with me once again. He's literally the only one that's above 100. Literally,
It's true. It makes them very terrible.
like they are a bad team without him. They're a bad team with him currently, but I mean, like you would tank them if he left. So I don't know.
I think you're really starting to convince me now. I think we have to. I think we need to
That's
bring
why
him along.
it fills a huge need because nobody outside of Devers and Story hits for power.
Well, Casas probably is gonna hit for power. Hopefully,
I don't want to bet on that though. That's my thing.
Did you see the guy? I'll bet on it.
I saw him. I
He
saw him
is
yesterday.
massive.
I would bet
knew
on
he was
20
a
home
big
runs.
dude.
He doesn't
Yeah,
need to
20,
be hitting
20.
30, right? But 20 on this
I
team
knew
would
he
be.
was
Are you kidding me?
I knew he was a big dude, but even just like seeing him in the batter's box or like next
That
to a
lower
guy,
half.
he's
All
like,
that lower half.
yeah, he is fucking huge.
Brick shithouse man,
What's he listed at?
Caked up, some would say.
double cheeked
Oh,
up.
I'd like to speak to another thing. I read an art. I forget who it was. It was maybe in the Athletic or Buster Olney or something. But they were saying that the Red Sox, we were kind of in hell like a month ago,
Yes, very much.
and they were
Which is
saying that
true.
we are the set up, like our future is the bleakest of all the AL East teams. I fundamentally disagree with that.
I don't think so.
You agree with me?
I agree. I don't think the Red Sox have the bleakest future.
I think the Blue Jays low.
I was going to say the Blue Jays because they pushed all their chips into the table and they were going to
they're
be
not that
projected
good.
to be this dominant team. And they're not.
And they're not paying any of the young studs either. Like you can't maintain that for that long.
Right, they're gonna have to make a decision about Vladdy and Bo at some point, and Manoa. Like at some point, like they're gonna.
I don't think they're set up for long term success.
I mean, when
at
was
all.
Vlad called up? 19.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at their
So Vlad's arbitration. What, it expires after 24, and you can't let Vlad walk, right?
No.
You know, how long is Springer signed for? That's a pretty sizable contract. What are they going to do with? I mean, Barrios has not been not great for them.
Not been advertised. They gave
Yeah,
him a
right.
bag, too,
And
didn't
then
they?
Did they extend him?
I thought so.
Again, they gave Gosman a bag, right? Mm-hmm. Like maybe not like a massive bag, but this. I mean, this at some point, what are you going to do about Matt Chapman? There, right? These are all questions that need to be. I would say the Blue Jays.
I would say the Blue Jays have probably the least like sustained success upcoming.
Better times are ahead for the Baltimore Orioles, so it's not them.
They're first.
And I mean, the Rays are always going to hang around, so it's not, their future isn't bad. And again, Wander Franco, they're still playing. They're only a couple games out of the division without Wander Franco. A, really playing that well when he does play this year, and B, has the wrist injury, for the last couple months.
If you're drafting every AL East team, you're getting the whole organization. I would go Orioles, and then I think it's kind of like the Yankees, Rays, and Reds. I probably have the Red Sox above the Yankees right now. I really do. The Yankees roster, like their current major league roster, is a lot of it's just a lot of old men and Italians.
We should just tweet out the link to the episode with that. Like the Yankees roster is just a bunch of old players and Italians,
Old men, Italians, and Aaron Judge. That's the
or
roster.
old Italian men.
Yeah, and I don't know the Yankees. From what I understand, I believe our prospect pool and the Yankees prospect pool grade out to be like almost the exact same currently.
I'm looking at
Like they're always
looking
right next to each other on lists and stuff.
on the updated farm system rankings, at least from MLB's. So take it for a grain of salt. Toronto's at 20. We're at 11. Yankees are at 12. Tampa's at 8, and then the Orioles are at 1. So Toronto.
Yeah, I don't know. It might not be. I don't know. That you can have some problems there. But
Also,
point
the
being,
fact that the AL East teams will play each other less times next year is going to make
Oh,
hell.
I'm
for
so
the other
happy.
divisions.
I am so happy.
The AL Central is such a farce. I can't take them seriously. They don't
The
move me. The AL
Yankees-
Central has never moved me.
The Yankees roster is just a bunch of old men and Italians. Which PLL co-host said it? Tune in tomorrow to find out. Firing off that tweet right now.
That's a tease.
Liam, you're a bit quiet, by the way.
Yeah, it's because my mic is far away. I'm working with like a.
It was like echoey too, like in the pre-show kind of deal.
Because you don't have a desk, right?
Yeah, so I'm using like side tables to sort of
Okay.
manifest
So
a full desk.
Making do with at the new place though. But again, you're liking the new digs there, Liam.
Yeah, now that it's sort of coming together, things are looking good.
And now that you're a Nesson star.
Yeah, I mean, quite a weekend of firsts, if we're completely honest.
Yeah.
Rob Refsnyder's first career walk-off, Theo's first win.
breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Franchi has a right ankle sprain.
Skibbity bop dada, indeed. That's
What does that even mean?
Ah,
though?
man.
Like, it could be like a high ankle sprain or just like
Franchi died on the way to his home planet.
yeah, right. I have to go now. My planet needs me.
I mean, he tried to jump, so he was headed somewhere.
Also, breaking news: Name and Address with Eld is actually refusing to come on and say that and discuss Bob.
Well, after all this talk,
No, they're suffering from a broken heart. It's like Padme in Revenge of the Sith. They're suffering from a
Anakin.
broken heart.
you're breaking my heart.
We're losing her for
No,
reasons
that's it.
unknown.
Yeah, sorry.
Gosh, Anakin, you
That's
grew up with.
Ooh,
What a
Annie.
creepy dynamic.
Yeah, right. That's so weird. I was randomly thinking about Phantom Menace the other day.
As one does.
As one does.
Yeah. I catch
In
myself
one
doing that
specific
all the
part
time.
when nothing is happening and War General Jar Jar Binks just randomly goes, steady, steady. There's nothing to be steady for, Jar Jar. Nothing's happening.
Yusa in big doo doo now.
Ouch,
fact that he
ouchie
just,
time.
He just leapfrogs his way to like general and then a
Fucking
huge
senator.
Yeah, then he's a
player
senator.
in the
yeah.
Senate. Jar Jar's the key to all of it.
What do
I
you?
mean, from the man himself.
Yep, George said that himself. What do you think Jar Jar's like platform was? Running for Senate, Intergalactic Senate.
Well, he didn't. He didn't.
I mean,
run
it was
for Senate,
really
right?
he was like he
was placed. He was placed.
he, like-
in
Yeah,
Senate.
he was
like, interim
a proxy.
manager.
Yeah, he didn't even have to run.
What does Jar Jar campaign look like, though? What do you think?
Well, here's one
Ooh.
for you, Fitz. If you were going to draft a Star Wars character for your baseball team, who is it? Similar to
Ooh, good
This is a
question.
good one.
I feel like Dexter Jetster hit some fucking missiles, dude. You kidding me? Dexter Jetster cleaning up, after Kit Fisto. I feel like Kit Fisto's like kind of like a, just an on base kind of guy, slap hitter. Sprinkle the outfield, get on base.
Revenge of the Sith Jedi's feel like a good, like that's just a 5-tool player, like a Mace Windu, a Kit Fisto, a Kiadi Mundi.
Mace Windu
They're
would
all
be a
going to
good
show
one.
up every day at the park.
Who's the penis head there? What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
That's Kiadi Mundi.
Gotcha. He's a vibe guy. I need him on the team, just like
Yeah.
just to
My answer,
keep things loose.
I mean, Chewbacca.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Strong, those arms.
Chewbacca
Yeah,
feels like a
that's a good
judge
one.
kind of a
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely. Chewbacca, like Donkey Kong, he would punch the ball. You know, like Ooh, that was pretty good.
it's all right. You know,
That was pretty good.
I got a personal gripe against Chewbacca because again he cucked me when I went to Disney World that one time. You've seen that.
That's
You've seen
true.
the picture. You've had the documents in front of you there. So Chewbacca and I are not on speaking terms. But you know he is. I'm sure he's a hell of a player. I need Dexter Jester on that team though, 100%.
What position would you play him though? First base?
He's
Catcher?
he no mobility there on the field. He's got to be my DH, and maybe that's a bad pick, like taking a DH first.
Chewie?
but-
He can move.
No, I'm talking about
No,
Dexter Jester.
Dexter.
Oh, okay.
Talking about
Sorry.
Dex, yeah. And
Chewie ran around all of episode 5 with C-3PO strapped to his back.
I was
He
gonna say,
moving that whole-
right? You could,
yeah.
right? You could put Chewie at least in a corner outfield spot. I don't know if I trust him in center.
Absolutely.
Jar Jar I'd have in center because that guy,
he
that guy
can
gets
motor.
up.
Yeah, he had the double jumps in Lego Star Wars. He did
That's
he
right.
would jump and then he would spin on the second jump.
I feel like if you want to talk about a pure vibes guy, I mean, we've talked about him before on the show, but we'll talk about him anytime Star Wars comes up. Max Rebo has to be on the team.
That's right.
No,
That's right.
do we want to go?
Do you think Max Rebo is like a clubby? Like he just plays music in the clubhouse and does
100%.
laundry every now and again. He's
You
a
know-
clubby.
Yeah, again, just keeps everyone loose. You know what I mean?
Venmo Max Rebo.
You know, do we go around and just quickly make a Star Wars diamond? All right, DH is Dexter Jester. Center field is Jar Jar. Let's put Chewie in right. And
I like Chewie, right.
who do we want to put in left?
Who'd be a good?
I mean, there's athletic humans in Star Wars, but those aren't fun answers, you know. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure Han Solo's getting it done out
Put-
there.
put
but that's not a
Jabba in
fun
center.
answer.
I'd put Han at third. Like Han feels like a third baseman.
Hot corner.
Han
Yeah.
Solo
They have
sounds
reaction.
like
They have
a third. That's the
reaction
third
time.
baseman's name as well.
Right.
Han
He shot
Solo.
first. So
There you go. Right. And he could bat first too. Or I guess Kid Fisto out there in left to kind of set the table.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like Mace and Obi-Wan up the middle. That would be a great double play combo there. And then at first, put Max Rebo behind the plate. Behind the plate. Who would you put behind the? Who would you call? You need a leader there. You need like a big leader with a
Jabba.
cannon.
Put Jabba behind the plate.
No,
Why not?
no.
Jabba's a clubhouse cancer.
What?
Absolutely
no,
not.
You cannot put Jabba out there.
That's Pablo Sandoval. That's no way.
Put the Rancor behind home plate.
Oh, the Rancor? That's
The
good.
Rancor.
That's good.
He's starting catcher. The Rancor.
You can't throw any breaking balls though, because if it gets underneath him, like it's
I'd like.
you
I'd
can't
like
stop
Lando.
anything.
I'd like Lando
always-
as my pitcher. Thoughts on that?
I like
I,
that.
I feel like
that.
Lando, like he's just kind of got like that fuck you attitude out there. Like
Yeah.
he can kind of
And
conniving on the mound there. You know, I like him as your pitcher.
Manager and GM is R2 and 3PO.
I want 3PO nowhere
No,
near my
Palpatine-
Palpatine's my owner.
How's
Palpatine is just
how's
John
Yoda
Henry,
not your
actually.
manager? Yoda has to be the
Palpatine is
manager.
just John Henry.
No. I feel like R2 he's an unconventional thinker.
Well, I'd
he's
actually
clever,
like Mace
too.
Windu as my manager, but you threw him at shortstop.
Yeah, him and
No,
what-
Sam
Obi-Wan
Jackson
feels
out
like a
there
second
giving
baseman.
out directions. That team would never lose.
calling the umps
Coach
motherfuckers.
Carter. It's just Coach. It's Coach.
Ah,
Carter.
yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Maybe Yoda there. Yoda's versatile. Yoda can
Yoda giving out directions. Oh, Yoda at short.
or at second. You shift
I was
Obi-Wan
gonna
over
say,
to short.
Yoda can't manage. He would confuse the team.
Yoda is Yoda's like one of the
Shift on average, you will. Playing the percentages you are.
Yoda's like he's like Louis Tiant. He just shows up at spring training every now and again. He's a franchise legend. They just let him do whatever he wants.
Who's your closer?
Ooh.
I feel like Anakin, like dark side, like converting Anakin, like just like that fire. Like you
Yeah.
underestimate my power,
Does he
Anakin.
have his limbs? Which is his robot limb? I mean, they all are
They're
by
all-
the end.
they're all
When he's Anakin, is it his left arm or his right arm? Because you got a robot arm. That you want him on the mound.
That's a great question. I don't remember which one it was.
I think it's his left arm. I think when he crawls up. Well, but I actually don't know which is his throwing hand, so we'll just say he's a lefty.
Where's Wally? Is she safe? Is she all right? Or he rather. Yeah, I think Anakin closing out there, like again, like, the what was the battle that they battled? What was the planet that they battled on at the end of episode 3?
Mustafar.
Yeah, like the Mustafar, like lava and whatnot in the background there as he's getting ready to throw 99 on the corner. Maul would be a great closer too. Darth Maul, like he's just like, oh fuck, he's gonna slice here. Who's that?
General Grievous, the catcher.
Yeah. Oh my God. How did we not think-
A catcher, yeah.
He could
No pass
balls.
balls.
Got multiple arms.
Yeah. He could pitch too. You would never know which arm it's coming out of. He could go into a windup and it's like
As long as his
unclear.
windup was deceptive.
Right, he could go against lefties and righties there. Like, you know what I mean? You don't know
Did you
if
guys
he's gonna.
know? So when I was younger, when I watched episode 3, I thought Grievous was just a robot, but he's actually like a lizard man inside of a robot exoskeleton.
It's
You
true.
guys know that?
I did know that.
I didn't know that off the top of my head. I did not.
Yeah, well, now
What
you do.
was his species? I'll look it up.
General
Sexy.
Kenobi,
His species was sexy.
General
Ooh.
Pilecki.
Let me see,
Well,
let me see.
Familia has hit.
Vidal Brujan.
Yeah. Well.
He's got wheels. Brujan.
It is so funny that we are in September and we're still like Familia's throwing meaningful innings for like what are we doing here? Meanwhile, back in the real world, sorry, we took that
Yeah, right. Yeah, so that was a good little thought exercise there. But anyways, back to actual Red Sox.
A better one for like the off season could be like Red Sox. We cast the Red Sox as like the original members of A New Hope.
Yeah, do little switcheroo there.
Wally is Han Solo.
Wally is hot.
Wally would obviously be Chewbacca, right? He's a monster.
I don't know. For some reason, I could see Wally rocking that vest.
I couldn't. I
Actually, Wally and Tessie should.
I could see Wally as Greedo, if anyone. Like, whoa.
Leia. John Henry would be the Emperor, right?
Yes, 1,000%.
Of course. He kind of talks like him anyway.
Who would be like elder Obi-Wan Kenobi? Like Ben.
Who's the oldest?
Rich Hill.
Oh yeah, duh. Duh. Come on now.
That was a name I have not heard in a very long time.
Ryan Brazier as Jar Jar.
The Bronx, New York scum and villainy. Richard Hive. But yeah, anyways, Liam being on Nessun, that was a riot.
That was funny.
Yeah.
We were just sitting in my living room, and I was like, "Oh, hey, that's Liam." It was a great shot. I mean, and it held on you for a
I
while.
was right there. Now I know which seat to buy next time, just to guarantee it.
Yeah, were you rocking with the Truly Terrace bar stools?
Yeah, they were sweet. It was incredibly hot yesterday.
Yeah,
but
the metal
you
going
could
down
see,
under there.
You could see everything. Best view.
I'm
Got
a
it.
big Truly Terrace guy.
I'm a
Yeah.
fan of it. You got to lather up there if you're gonna be there. Liam.
It was a great deal too. It was $35.
Oh, that's easy. Are you kidding me? Right
Yeah.
there, right next to the bathroom, right by to get drinks. That's easy.
And I bought the ticket like 3 hours before the game started.
Splendid. That's splendid right there.
That is
Brilliant.
splendid.
Me and TC just yucking it up.
And he's
Also-
right behind me.
On a similar note, Wally, does he mingle with the common folk during games?
I
Yeah,
think
I've
I've seen
never
here and there. Yeah.
I've
He'll
never seen him walking around.
he'll walk
I
around the
see-
concourse a little bit.
I see him on the field pregame, and then
No,
I
he
saw him
absolutely
obviously
does.
from
He
his
absolutely does.
ivory tower yesterday.
His personal Mar-a-Lago. He was there.
Wally's got the nuclear codes.
He's got the nuclear baseball instead of the nuclear football. Yeah, no, I mean he usually walks around. Says hi to folks.
I gotta try to find him. I've never seen him.
Shout out to Rob. I mean, Rob has ran into him on the concourse.
Yes, this is true. I mean, I saw Tessie walking through the grandstand. Like, she's a team player. Where's Wally? Somebody's got to ask it.
His sister.
Yeah. No, well, that's neither here nor there.
And he's right behind me, isn't he?
That sounded better in my head.
Yeah, the jaw socks, man. That's
Jaw sucks.
God, that opened up a whole can of worms. For those who don't know, the Joss Whedon script writing, Liam quoted that a couple times yesterday. God, and it's every fucking MCU movie now.
It's everything now.
Yeah, right. So that just happened.
Just happened.
When Familia gives up the lead here, right?
Guys, you're gonna want to see this.
Hacker typing in, I'm in.
I'm in.
Vidal Brujan just now after the pitch. Run!
Yeah, that's a good bit.
The jaw sucks.
Is as every single player whenever Plawecki's catching. That's just just a general train of thought.
That throw looked a lot better in my head. How many times has the MCU done that sounded a lot better in my head type of line?
You know, whenever people joke about this, I can't think of any, but they did do the he's right behind me, isn't he? In Thor, the new Thor, they say that. Thor says that.
They actually did it in earnest.
Oh, they did, because that's when he's like projecting.
At the end of the movie, when he's pep talking the kids, he goes, "They're right behind me, aren't they?" Fucking.
I can't. I never want to watch that movie again.
No, that movie was terrible.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree to disagree, but yeah, that line
Well, that just happened.
Yeah, right.
Tie ball game.
Oh, is it tied? My stream's behind.
I can see it happen.
And they're tied up, aren't they?
Was it a sack fly or what happened?
Nah, it's a double.
Oh,
into
Jesus
the gap.
Christ.
Royal fielding the ball at the wall, and it's right behind me, isn't it?
It's extremely funny to me that the Red Sox leave the TVs on the club level just on 24/7.
You're actually laughing. It's actually extremely funny. Tom Werner starting that "Let's Go Red Sox" chant in 2013.
It sounded better. But you get the point. You get the idea.
Let's go Red Sox.
Bill Buckner in '86, Game 6.
It's right behind me.
And it's right behind me.
Oh, God.
Tim Wakefield after Aaron Boone's pennant clinching home run. Oh, well, that just happened.
Yeah, I was going to say, Don Zimmer getting thrown to the ground. That just happened.
Yeah.
Don Zimmer looking at Pedro. Run! It's the same 4 lines that we keep saying, but it's still so fucking funny. Because it's the same 4 lines they always use. So what do they want us to do?
The same format every time.
Oh my god.
So what are we thinking? Are they going to finish like 25-4 or however many games they have left?
I think if they win today, we're talking. But they gotta win today.
The whole thing is like it's let's use this for fuck with, don't fuck with. I don't fuck with it how they're just doing this so late because we've been saying it's out of time. It's great that Xander has been fucking amazing over the last 2 weeks. I think the EEI broadcast at one point said before his first at bat, I think it was, he's 20 for his last 41. He's like second in the league in hits now. Like he's been on fire. And when it said he went 20 for 41, I think he got like 2 or 3 more hits after that. I mean, he's finding his stroke again, which is fantastic to see, and good timing for him too, because now it looks like he's back on track to get in a bad goalie, which I hope we give him. It just sucks, man. I'm not fucking with the fact that they're only now starting to figure it out. They've won 5 straight games. They've looked great over the last week or so, all things considered, and they've gained, a game? If that, in the standings? You got too many teams to jump, man, and you're running out of too much time. Now, it's great that you have some more divisional games. Oh, I thought for some reason that was fucking...
Ryan Brazier?
Yeah, I thought it was Brazier for a second. I was like, there's no way.
Zach Kelly. Family man.
Anyways, yeah.
There was real horror in Fitz's eyes.
Right
Ryan Brazier was coming
it's an audio podcast. My heart dropped. I'm like, okay, I'm changing my "don't fuck with" right now to Alex Cora for bringing this SOB into the game. Get out of it. There we go, Xander. Well, it's 1 out. I thought it was 2 outs. My bad. But that's okay. But yeah, the fact that it may be a matter of too little, too late. They can make it interesting, and we'll see what happens with a couple weeks to go. And you're playing some of these teams ahead of you, right? I mean, you're going to have Toronto
what's a normal
later in the year.
amount of blown saves to have? Like, what's a standard number that a team has, a good team has in a regular?
It's not what the Red Sox have because we have way too many.
We have 24.
24 is too many.
I would have said even more than that.
I feel like 12 is too many at this point. Cutting in half is too many. Like, I feel like, think a good, if a reliever converts 30 out of 35 saves, that's like, okay, that's solid. Like, he's not going to go perfect, but like, I guess you would kind of take that. It's not ideal, but then throw in a couple other blown saves here and there, it's not great. So I would say 12 is probably not ideal up to this point in the season. So 24 is certainly
so neither
not great.
Is 24 then. Yeah.
So
that's what it boils down to.
So those 24 games happened. Again, even if you cut it in half,
is that good?
Yeah, right. Yeah. It wasn't supposed to do that, was I?
Ryan Brazier walking out of the bullpen. That better not be who I think it is.
Yeah, right. Oh, God, those fucking cliches. Speaking of bad lines and speaking about Star Wars again, everyone talks about somehow Palpatine returned. I think I've mentioned this on the pod. No one talks about how bad Huck's going, "I'm the spy" is in the Rise of Skywalker. That was awful. That was pitiful.
Somehow Palpatine returned is how I feel about like every time that Ryan Brazier comes back from Worcester.
Fuck.
Somehow they announced his return in a Fortnite game.
Liam? Oh man.
Yeah.
And we're right behind them now in the score, aren't we?
Oh, what a joke.
That's not even a bad pitch. Fuck.
Look at Familia in the dugout.
Not even a bad pitch. Tough play for Casas to make there. That just fucking sucks.
Ball.
We got Santi just tweeted, time for Jairus to retire and become a Familia man. That's a good one.
That's good.
That's a good one.
Shoot that. Give that a retweet. Give him so shout out Santi. Santi.
I
Claus.
was with him 2 days ago. We
Oh,
watched
yeah?
the Bayo game together. It was a great time. Great guy.
Good stuff,
Shout out Santi. And shout out Johnny, who me and Jake met on.
Yes, we want to bring him on
Friday
the pod. We want to bring
Oh,
Johnny
yeah?
on
I
the
have
pod.
so many good stories.
Yeah,
he's
he,
a concessions man.
We do it for Johnny, man.
Yeah, no, we love him. We're gonna bring him on in the off season. Voices of Fenway. That's gonna be the series, Liam.
Yeah, right. I like it. Get all the pals onto all the pals onto the off. We're gonna have we gotta keep it going during the off season. We gotta get real weird with it. B and C. We gotta come up with ideas for it's gonna be a long off season. We're gonna have stuff to talk about.
The off season is when we get naked.
Yeah, that's when we get into sicko
That's when we
mode.
start the OnlyFans.
Yeah,
That's how we're
The
gonna feed our
OnlyFans.
families in the off season.
regular season pod on Lansdowne is for the
OnlyFans?
casuals.
That's pretty good.
Only
Liam.
yeah. I like that.
Let's trademark that. Let's trademark.
We got to
Let's
do
get
it
that
right
to the
now.
offices.
Someone's going to steal it.
OnlyFans. Maybe that's the name of the episode. No, I think it has to be one of those Joss lines. I think.
Yeah.
it's right
that
behind,
just
man.
happened. It's got to be that one. All right. Inning over. Right?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So, but in any event, I mean, we're all over the fucking place here. It's 8 games behind at this point, or a game under 500. It's still got 3 teams to jump. I know the White Sox are only a half
all
game
AL Central teams.
in Baltimore.
Listen.
Orioles.
My thing is end the year
On a high note.
not as a fucking disaster zone. You know, pay your guys. Hope the young kids do well.
Lick your wounds.
And
Chalk this season up
Trevor
to.
Story looks great. I mean, that's a positive.
He was gonna be my fuck with. He was awesome Sunday.
He was my fuck with.
You need
Vega
that
looks
juice in the
good.
lineup, man. It's that
Verdugo looks
speed, that
good.
defense, that juice. Yeah, Verdugo.
The guys that you've got, you want to just see finish strong.
Your
and
core.
fun.
Your core.
your core.
Exactly.
Devers has turned it back on. He had that like it was
That
something
August
about a
was
month,
ugly.
which was
Yeah.
very odd for
Not
him.
that you were going to be completely worried about that, but
No, but it's good
Yeah.
to see him come out of that. But I think we're not going to make the playoffs, but we're going to have fun these last 30 days. That's what I think.
and again, if they can, you got 3 games against Tampa, Baltimore, New York coming up. More New York,
Here
more
goes
Baltimore,
Fitz
more
talking
Toronto,
himself
more
into
Tampa.
it. The sick man. You're a sick man.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I'm just saying that at least with these 8 games, and if you do want to make it interesting, it's, you've had these chances
time we
before
do
and
it,
you've dropped them, but
it's these
right?
next 7 games. I'm telling you, it's these next.
yeah,
7
it's like the
games.
8th time we've done it, so I'm not going to get my hopes up.
Fitz
But
is the I think you should leave. I just need a couple more wins. We can really get this.
we
thing
just need a
popping
couple more
off.
dollars to get this thing really popping off. It's going to be a hit, but you have to try.
The
Moon River
2022
Rock.
Red Sox were. I thought it would be a hit, but it actually fucking sucks.
sucked.
That's yeah.
The Dodgers talking about Mookie. It's got to be value on my end, or else no fucking deal. What'd you want for Mookie? I got about 100 little tiny plastic meatballs. Who took all my cigars?
No fucking deal.
No, dump it. This one's garbage.
What's your favorite? I think you should leave skit.
Great question. I
I
think
know mine.
I think it's. Ah, fuck, man! You're putting me on the spot.
I know mine's the Bob
Am I
Odenkirk
the-
one in season 2.
That's a
I
great
adore
one.
Oh, that
one.
makes sense. That makes sense for you.
I
Yeah, and I
think
love
mine
Bob
at the end of the day is laser spine specialist. It's gonna be just need palm tree girls, the palm tree guys.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a hit. Or
Crash
I think we
more-
really get this thing popping off.
Crashmore's a great one. The church one is. I think that's the hardest I laughed at the first time I watched it. My condolences. The 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I don't like that one.
I Alex can attest. I think 15 minutes straight, like beside myself laughing. How hard?
Bob Odenkirk one I think is so funny because it's such a like
Triples
just
is safe.
The basic concept for that is such a layup, but it works so well. Like a guy going too far that you meet
Yeah.
I don't. It just worked when it's like because we're good friends. And
Triples
he
of
just
the
keeps
bear.
we're. I just love that skit. And
She's sick.
And I have a
She's
wife.
gonna be okay.
She's sick.
Yeah.
She's dying.
She wanted to date me. Yeah, but she's gonna be okay. Tell him
Tell
that
the
she's gonna be
kid.
okay. And,
Yeah, tell
and tell him that I have triples of the Barracudas.
Ice cream. Also, the way Bob Odenkirk says ice cream. That whole
ice,
scene
cre-
is-
ice cream.
Ice cream.
Coffin Flop's amazing. Coffin Flop's
Yeah,
one that I like.
Coffin Flop's my number 1. It's either that
Okay.
or Chunky.
Yeah,
Chunky's
Chunky,
good,
we got to
yeah.
figure out what your thing is.
you had all summer to think about it. Don't come over by me. Stay over there. Sloppy Steaks
What's-
is incredible.
What's the one where they're at is it they're at like a museum or something? They're like touring someplace.
Oh, the ghost house.
Yes.
That's
It's outrageous.
does any of these little fuckers ever pop out and fucking do a big fucking somewhere my wires got crossed. You said we could say anything we want on the late tour. Yes, you can. Big fat load of cum then. Okay, you're done.
Are
Trying to
we
think,
done? Are we done?
I don't. Are we done?
I don't know. I got nothing left to say.
Is that it? I think that kind of covers it. Yeah. think so.
Gotta win tonight. Gotta win tonight.
You know what? Dump it. This one's garbage.
Dump
It's
it.
Casas kind of is chunky too. Maybe he. Uh-oh, here comes Chunky. He's gonna come gobble your points.
Casas
I'm
0
gonna
for 4
vote-
with
I'm gonna-
2Ks tonight.
That's a Chunky. It's fine.
That's a chunk.
It's fine. It is what it is.
His first at bat yesterday was electric.
Yeah, I thought he
everyone
had
thought
it.
it was gonna wrap it around the pole. Place was loud.
It looked a lot better in his head when he did it. So that episode just happened. That episode of Pot on Lansdowne happened. Is that it? Want to call it a day?
That's it. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Well, it was great talking with you guys as always. For Jake, for Liam, I'm Fitz. You've been you. Thank you for tuning into this very scattered brain edition. I think, you know what? I'm going to go out and say I like the scattered brain episodes. You know, if you
I like
can't
them more. We
you
just have
can't keep
fun.
up with it. You can't keep up with this, man. Then get out of the kitchen.
Yeah,
That's what I say. You can't take the heat. Get out of the kitchen. So
that's right, Fitz. That's right.
We have we have general topics. We hit them.
exactly, yeah. And we could go over. We finish
check
up
the
points.
boxes. We check the boxes.
We come back to points 45 minutes after we originally brought them up, but we get back to them at some point.
Live episode on Lansdowne. When?
I mean, Friday against Kansas City. I'm gonna be there with Missy Mo.
I too will be there.
Well, that's a little hard to organize, but
Well, yeah. I mean, like quickly, but
yeah.
we
Yeah, I don't know where our seats are
We'll
gonna
figure
be. I think our seats are out in right center field because we got one of the 3-packs earlier. Well, she got it for me.
We'll take a cute picture and kiss each other on the lips, though. We'll
Yes.
definitely
True.
do that.
Put it on
Yes.
the OnlyFans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Live episode at Bullpen. Whoever's there can come and buy us
there you
beers.
go.
And we could do, you know what? You buy us a beer, we'll do your favorite Pot on Lansdowne bit. You want to hear the Trump voices? We'll do the Trump voices. We'll do a little Joss Whedon talk if you're a fan of the new stuff. We'll anything in
Play
between.
the hits.
We'll,
Play the
we'll,
hits.
we'll hold. The Family Guy bit. We'll do moose stuff for money.
Yes, we'll do
We'll
pot
do-
stuff for money.
We'll do pot stuff for money. So, go Sox and go Joss Whedon. Go Jar Jar Binks in center field. Any other goes that we want to give?
Still sticking with Jabba behind the plate.
That's such a bad. No go. Job of the Hut
Rancor.
behind.
You know what?
Go-
The Rancor should be the pitcher. Can you imagine that release? from the
no,
mound?
no, there's not enough velocity. He's too big. His arm can't get.
He's gonna leave everything high.
Yeah.
No.
He
He'll
couldn't throw
figure it
strike.
out.
He couldn't throw a strike.
That extension coming down.
Oh,
like,
you know what the
He
Rancor
couldn't
will
throw a
be?
ball. The ball would be too small for
The
his
rank-
big monster
the-
hand.
he like
relief
flicks the
pit-
ball.
The relief pitchers will ride in on the Rancor. He'll be like the bullpen.
That's better. I like that. He's our
Yeah,
bullpen card.
Now you're talking. Now
And
you're
this has been Pot on Lansdowne.
go Rancor bullpen
Out
card.
on Tatooine.